the game can see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go.
EJ Boxing Live here, reporting for ThaBoxingvoice.com. I have here Code Carl, the Cobra Froch, obviously Whyte, Chisora too. Carl, first off, good to see you back in London.
Yeah, good to be back.
Yeah, and Merry Christmas.
I'm lying, it's not that good to be back. I don't like this city.
Yeah?
It's cold, it's miserable, it's overcrowded.
Really?
Yeah. There's some nice spots in London, but generally, I won't say what I really think of it.
Yeah. This is the thing where I got interviewed, because you really say weird. All right, so the fight, the rematch, yeah? Or what was said, which thing was said just there in the press conference, and how do you think the fight's going to unfold?
What was said?
Yeah, what was said. Yeah, what do you think about what was said about, you know?
I thought it was quite funny. At times it got comical.
Yeah.
I thought it was very witty and very fast with Dylan Whyte talking about the old the beads.
Yeah.
I won't say where the beads will go in, but it was funny. It was quick. I think it was quite a light-hearted, matter-of-fact, sort of down to business. Both of them respect each other. There's no real, there's beef, but there's no anger. There's no real emotion in this fight, which will help Chisora, actually, because if he can control himself and you know, use a bit of discipline in the ring, I think he can pull off the upset. Because if he beats Whyte, it will be an upset. Whyte's got to be the favourite. He's lost some good wins. He's a younger man. He's fresher. He's had a great camp, as he keeps telling us. But Chisora seems to be back. And after his win against Takam, which I was very impressed with, who knows if he's as fit as he says he is, and he keeps marching forward and putting Whyte on his back foot. We've seen Whyte fade late on a few times. Has Whyte got over that? Can he get over that, or is that still there? And if that's still there, and Chisora's had an amazing camp, because you know Chisora don't always take it that serious. You know, he turns up and, like you said in there, when he's about to do the rig walk, he's like, I could just go home now. What am I doing here? And that's that element of doubt creeping in, where he's underprepared and he's thinking to himself, should I even be in this ring? Where I think this time, he believes in himself and he knows he's prepared diligently. So I think we're going to see the best of Chisora, I really do, which is going to make it a close fight, but I've still got to make Whyte the favourite.
Absolutely as well. And last question, I can see other people waiting. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte too. How did you score the fight, and what do you think of the fight? And also Tyson's performance and Dillian Whyte, not Dillian Whyte, sorry.
Deontay Wilder, yeah, you get mixed up with the D's. I do that as well. But I just think first and foremost, it was a great performance from both fighters. I thought the performance was better from Tyson Fury, given what he'd been through and his rise back from the bottom. You know, he's had his rock bottom, drink, drugs, mental health issues, etc., etc. That's quite close to my heart, because my older brother is now 3 years and 4 months in sobriety. You know, drink, drugs, a bit of mental health, depression, whatever you want to call it. And to see Fury come back from where he's been to then take on the WBC bronze bomber who can punch like a mule kicks, you know what I mean? He hits him on the chin, they're out cold. And I thought that Fury was going to get knocked out, and I was right. He got knocked out. Yeah. But guess what? He got up. He shocked everyone. He woke up, he got up, and I thought Tyson Fury did enough to win the fight, because I just thought he won some of the close rounds early on, because they were close, but he was winning the rounds because he was landing more punches. And Wilder was in the fight. He wasn't getting outclassed or anything. It was close, but Fury was just nicking it on work rate and clean punches landed. But then Wilder had his big rounds. Yeah. But I don't think the big rounds, the 10-8 rounds, were enough to close the gap and make it a draw. I mean, I think everyone knows Deontay Wilder didn't win. Everyone knows.
In America, they felt like he did when they felt like the count was actually too long.
Yeah, but
long count.
Yeah, but that's nonsense. About what, long counts?
Yeah.
When I knocked Jermaine Taylor down.
Yeah, I remember that.
When I knocked him down, he got up. It was down for 14 seconds. All this, let's get the clock and time it, and it was like 10.5 seconds. Yeah. It's a load of BS. You know what I mean? That's all it is, because the referee has to then pick up from the corner guy, then can, and then he's got to make sure they're fit and healthy to stand up and walk. If he's got up off the canvas and the referee's happy with him before he counts to 10 physically, it was on 8 or 6 or 7 when he stood up, 9, and then he was up. Here's your 10 seconds. Are you going to split hairs for half a second, really? Are you going to say to him, right, you didn't make the count by 0.5 of a second, so therefore you've now lost your chance of winning when you've just boxed brilliantly for 10 rounds? That wouldn't be fair, would it?
Yeah.
how many guys, go back in history and see how many people are on the floor for longer than 10 seconds. Jermaine Taylor in my fight with him, for one. Look at from when it started, and it's the first time I've ever mentioned it. It was about 14 seconds he was down for, and the ref counted to 10. That's the sport. It's the referee's discretion. When he counts, he picks it up, he's counting very loud and clear. If Tyson Fury was gone and knocked out, the ref would have waved it off. The referee was very, very good in what he did. He was a brilliant refereeing, fantastic A-star ref. And his performance there, a lot of referees would have waved that off.
Yeah, they would have.
And everyone would have been like, oh no, what happened? Yeah. But Fury rightly so survived. He was able to continue, which he did. And I think he did enough to win the fight on points. However, he didn't make a big deal of it. He's not bothered, which means nobody else is really that bothered. The fight was a draw. Deontay Wilder retains his title, learns a hard lesson, realises that actually this Fury who's talking the talk can actually walk the walk and he can fight. Yeah. So the rematch I think is very exciting. But you've also got AJ in the mix, Fury, Wilder, and I think AJ unfortunately is in a position now where he's going to have to fight Wilder or Fury in his next fight, or he's going to start to lose credibility. I'm already seeing a bit of backlash.
Well, AJ's offered 28 mil, and people in America don't believe it's real. In terms of the 50 mil, AJ has come out and admitted that the 50 mil was actually actually real. Now, AJ's obviously Eddie Hearn's counter offer, and now people in America don't believe that money is real. So they're going backwards and forwards. And also the fights, they're saying the fight, they're arguing Frank Warren wants to fight in the UK, and with America, what's your take on the money and the way the venue?
When you say fight in America, Frank Warren, are you talking about Fury and Wilder?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rematch.
Yeah.
I mean, the rematch for Fury and Wilder, as far as I'm concerned, should be in the UK.
In the UK?
Yeah, I think so.
What was Vegas? You know, the more money in Vegas, and
do you? I mean, depends on.
You could put the tariff, the money.
Depends how much the casino are going to buy the fight for.
Okay.
But we got Sky Sports box office in England. We've got BT Sport as well now.
Yeah.
So it depends on where that fight is and what platform it's on. Probably going to make more money in America, but Frank Warren.
But the decision in terms of
Frank Warren's got a way of making things happen,
yeah,
and raising money from investors. So he might have a little trick up his sleeve, and the fans are going to want to see the fight in England because we've seen the first fight in America. Let's have the rematch in England. You know what I mean? But Wilder's the champ. He should dictate really, even though the first fight was as close as it was, and even though it's a disputed draw, because it is a disputed draw. The general consensus is that Fury won on points. It is here in the UK anyway.
Just talking, I just heard you obviously talking about Amir Khan and his comments against Kell Brook, saying he's homeless. What's your take on what Amir Khan had to say?
For Amir Khan to comment on Kell Brook like that, for me, it's a real weasel of a move. Yeah, it is. Don't talk about a man's sexuality and start giving man stick. He's got missus and kids, and to go on air and go public and start talking nonsense about another fighter, regardless of how credible you think it is, or what you believe, or what you think, just keep your mouth shut, you idiot. You know what I mean? Stick to boxing, stick to what you know. People want to see him fight Kell Brook, so they're giving him a lot of stick. So he's come out now and it's just bad taste, anti-boxing, anti-man. You know, real men, real fighting men, don't come with that nonsense to us, because we're just gonna brush you off and just tell you what we think you are. And I'm not going to tell you what you think you are, because it's public, and I've got an obligation to keep my interviews polite and respectful. But I'm very, very ill-impressed and very upset with Amir Khan's comments. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's a weasel move. And unless he's going to fight him, he needs to shut up and go away and get knocked out by Terence Crawford. Because if he fights Terence Crawford, that's what's going to happen. You know, he should give us the fight. Say give us, the fans. The fans want to see him and Brook fight. But I think he knows. Well, he knew it was a dangerous fight. Maybe it's not so dangerous after Kell Brook's last performance.
People in America, and especially a lot of them, I know, they're complaining about the zone service and the fight with Canelo and Rocky Fielding. What's your take on the zone? And obviously we're over in the UK, we're fine with it, but in America they're complaining about the app and just saying it's not worth it. What do you think about Rocky Fielding's performance and the zone? Obviously people in America watching this, why should they purchase the zone after they just saw the recent match? And why isn't the fight between Chisora and Dillian Whyte on the zone as well? Do you know anything?
I'm not sure about the business behind, or the model behind the zone and how it works, but I know certain fights aren't going to happen on the zone because they're in immediate conflict with Sky Sports, and they're the paymasters. I don't know what Eddie Hearn, business-wise, has got contracted with the zone and what his obligations are, so you'd have to ask Eddie Hearn that. the Fielding Canelo fight, to answer your question on that, I was disappointed with the performance from Fielding. I thought he had a go and he tried, and then when he felt the power of Canelo, it just looked like he was happy to just lose to the big champ that was Canelo, and maybe he felt the power and he just thought to himself that and then he got hit again, but he didn't look in enough pain to me. He didn't look like he was breathing heavy. He was like, because he went over with a smile, to me it was almost like he accepted defeat, and I was a bit disappointed. I'm not going to give him loads of stick, and he's been getting a lot of stick off a lot of people, and I don't want to carry that on. But I can see where the fans are coming from that are disappointed with his performance. But sometimes you're just out of your depth. Sometimes somebody's just too good for you or punches too hard, and you realise. And as human beings, human nature is safety first. He's got kids, and he's probably just preserving himself. And he thought, you know what? I can't really do anything with Canelo here. Canelo's too good. He's punching too hard, and that body shot really hurt. So that'll do me. You know what I mean? Which the fans don't want to see. The fans want to see you on your back bleeding and gagging for air and in serious pain. So he did what he had to do for his family.
There you go. All right.
He did what he had to do for his family and his kids. And you've got to respect Rocky Fielding for getting in there, or any fighter for getting in there and getting in between them, getting through them ropes against someone like Canelo.
Absolutely.
I'd fight Canelo though. He's only 5'8".
Yeah. Well, would you take him? Obviously.
I'd hammer him.
Yeah.
So Callum Smith will hammer him.
I was just going to say.
Super middleweight, 6'2", big, strong super middle.
Yeah.
You know, natural super middleweight.
You think about coming back for Callum Smith? Or?
Oh, for Callum Smith? No, I like Callum. He's my mate. You know what I mean? But it'd be too much for me now. I'm 41 years old. I've been out the ring nearly 5 years. 5 years in May next year.
Yeah. I think you should be voted for the Hall of Fame. That's what we think of. I think we have a lot of debates with you. Who's the greatest super middleweight? Your name's always in the top three. I argue with a lot, especially argue that your resume is better than Joe Kazaki's resume. I think in terms of English.
I agree with that argument. Yeah? I totally agree with that.
But the Andre Ward argument is something different. Obviously, I know how you feel about Andre Ward, but obviously, people in America.
Andre Ward's difficult to beat, let's be honest. He beat Kovalev twice. He's awkward, but from my point of view, he's not a fighter. He don't stand and have a fight and have a good tilt. But I'm probably saying that because I couldn't hit him. I couldn't fucking hit him. It was like all over. If his head wasn't on my chest, it was like 2 meters out of range. And he had a brilliant, skill in terms of nullifying his opponent and putting the crowd to sleep at the same time. It was like hypnosis.
But that was one of the all great fights. That fight there with you.
It didn't happen though, did it?
Yeah,
it didn't happen. It never got going. He never allowed it to get going because of his style. And I give him stick because I like to have a fight. At some point, stand in punching range and let's have a fucking fight. Let's exchange some blows and land some. Let's have some, let's have a good old-fashioned, passionate ass whooping, and someone get punched. And Andre Ward was too slick, too skillful, and look what he did to Kovalev twice. He made Kovalev quit. Let's be honest. So I've got to lay off Andre Ward and just give him a bit of credit for his effectiveness. But I'm never going to say he's an all-time great fighter because he's not good to watch. No, but he's not. Do you enjoy watching? Do you enjoy? The Kovalev fight should have been one of the biggest fights.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Both of them.
Second one.
Andre Ward, unbeaten, top fighter, can't get touched, amazing fight. A bit like Floyd Mayweather in terms of the unbeatable aura he's got around him. And then you've got Kovalev, the most feared man in boxing other than Golovkin. This fight should be big. I spoke to the guy who runs HBO. I'm not going to mention his name. He said that fight didn't do numbers. The rematch didn't do numbers. Nobody wants to tune in to watch him because boxing is an entertainment business. Hence, the reason why Andre Ward retired. Because HBO said, guess what, son? We don't want to renew your contract. So now you've got to retire because nobody wants to watch you fight. So it's not just me or sour grapes. I'll admit he beat me. And after I lost to Andre Ward, I went on and earned a fortune and had an unbelievable career. So thank you, Mr. Ward, because you gave me the motivation and desire to keep going with Eddie Hearn, become a 4-time world champ and make a fortune. So there's no sour grapes, there's no bitterness, but if you ask me about his style and the way he is, and just his style is awkward and ugly, but it's effective. He's retired undefeated. You've got to give him some credit for that, haven't you? You don't get hit. Who wants to get hit? I actually want to get hit. I quite enjoy it. But maybe that's stupid.
All right, Carl.
But no, listen, there's no sour grapes Ward. He's a cool guy. He talks really well. He does what he has to do to win. You've got to admire him for his ability to beat everyone. He's beat everyone. I'm sure he's done it since he was 12 years old as well. So So you've got to give him credit for that. And obviously I lost to him, so I'm always going to think he's a bit of a dick. But he's actually all right, isn't he?
Yeah, man. Hey,
He's
Carl,
all right.
hey, listen, I've burned enough of your time. Hey, we've got Steve Radio and him and other guys waiting to get your interview. EJ Boxing Live here for ThaBoxingvoice.com with Cobra, the Cobra Froch. Hey, we look forward to you. We see you on Saturday night.
Yeah, man. See you
Thanks
later.
very much.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.